Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk with Tim McGee.
A mass murder shaking an Indianapolis community. 6 people killed inside a Northeast Side home over the weekend. City leaders expressing their anger at this senseless show of violence.
Welcome to another episode of Tim McGee. It's February 1st, the second month of the new year, but it seems like it's the same old sad stories. Today we're going to talk about the 17-year-old Indianapolis man, or should I say gang member, that shot and killed his entire family. This story is crazy. There's a lot of things messed up about this story. But first we'll start with the 17-year-old allegedly Crip. That's what they said. He's a member of the Crips, and they posted videos and pictures of him with his homeboys. But apparently this 17-year-old brat, because that's what he is, that's what a lot of these gang members are, they're young, is that they're spoiled kids, disobedient kids that grow up to be spoiled and disobedient adults with anger issues and no discipline. And that's why gangs is so bad now, because there is no check and balance and there is no solid cats in there telling these cats the right way and the wrong way. I know when I was in gangs, one thing I did is that I always studied older OGs. I studied the younger ones, and I studied the ones my age, because that's how a man has to measure himself against other men that are real and other men that are fake. And so if you don't want to be fake, then you learn how to measure yourself against those who are labeled fake and do the fake things and don't duplicate that. And if you want to be real, then you learn how to duplicate the things that are real, and that's how you become real. But this guy killed his whole entire family simply because his parents, and here's a kid that had both his mom and dad. It ain't like he grew up in a single parent home. He has both mom and dad. I know that don't always mean nothing if the parents are abusive, but they seem like the typical black parents that tell their kids, hey, you ain't going nowhere. And I'm sure their son's in gangs, so they probably was trying to save his life because he probably been getting in all type of trouble. They knew he's gang related, so they told him he couldn't go somewhere. He snuck out and went anyways. So the dad said, okay, you in trouble when you get home. Well, the 17-year-old thug gangbanger had different plans. This idiot comes home and shoots his entire family. He shoots his brother and he shoots his older brother, who is 18, because this guy is 17. He shoots his older brother, who's 18. This is older brother. And his older brother doesn't even have his dad's name. The guy who killed his whole family, there's 3 brothers, but he's the only one that has his father and his grandfather's name. His father is Junior, and he's Raymond Charles III. So he killed someone with the same name that he has, not just the last name, but first name. Then that says a lot when you have 3 other brothers and you're the second born boy and you get the name and not the firstborn. That's rare. It's usually the firstborn that has that. So anyways, so he goes upstairs and he shoots his 18-year-old brother. Then he shoots a woman named Kiera Hawkins, and that was confused because they said it was the whole family, but I did some investigation. Apparently she's the baby mother of the 18-year-old. So that was Raymond, the one who killed them. And she was pregnant, and that was his nephew that he killed. So he killed his older brother first. So his older brother must have said something. So he killed the older brother first. Then he killed the brother's baby's mom, who was 19, and she had a baby. Then he went and shot and then his 13-year-old sister yelled out, Raymond is shooting us. So he shoots her. Then he comes downstairs and shoots the mom and the dad, kills them. Then he shoots his 15-year-old brother, but the 15-year-old brother escaped and lived and survived and ran to authorities and told them that his whole family is dead, and his 17-year-old brother did it because they were going to discipline him for sneaking out of the house when they told him not to. That's crazy, because not just in black, we hear about that shit in white communities, that you hear about these white people killing their whole families, and you hear it every once in a while with black people, but it's rare. Because black people love their family, especially moms and dad, especially if you live with them and you're raised by them. I see if you're estranged, but if you live with them and they're taking care of you, that's rare, because family is everything. And if you're a gang member, these little gang members now are twisted, because when we was coming up and when we were in gangs, It was God, family, and community in that order. You know, minus those that don't believe in God, but at least they started with family. Family included your bloodline, your immediate family, and then your gangs. Not your gang first. These niggas got it twisted. Wherever he wanted to go, I'm sure it was with his gang banging homeboys and his fake bros. And he snuck out rebelling against his parents' wishes to go kick it with them. I'm sure he got high and got the drinking and listened to these idiots. Because be careful who you kick it around, because birds of a feather flock together. Your friends can either be speaking life or death into you. And I'm sure his little so-called wannabe hard gangsters will tell me, yeah, F that nigga, you almost grown, man. I wouldn't do nothing, this and that. So he got gassed up, knowing his dad's bigger than him and knowing I'm about to be 18. I'm about to show this nigga I ain't no little kid, no little boy no more. I don't care if you did bring me in the world. You got to think of the mindset. You don't just come and snap and do that. You have to premeditate that. You have to be a demon to take away your whole family for you kicking it with your homeboys and some females. Half the people that are your homeboys today won't be your homeboys 5 years from now. Half of them won't be your friends a year from now. Half of them won't be your friends a week from now. Half of them won't be your friends at the end of the day. And you going to kill your whole blood family for this because you wanted to go out? I hope they throw the book at him. He's being charged as an adult. There's no death penalty in this case. It should be, because the nigga should be executed. Anyways, so I think gangs are a problem now, because when I was coming up in gangs, we protected community and family and everything else. Now these gangs nowadays, they terrorize the community, they terrorize the city. They don't care where it goes down at, who they hit, who they kill. And that's a different type of mentality. So it's almost like the biggest threat to the black community is gangs. I love brotherhood, and when it's on some real shit, because that's what most of it was started on back in the days, whether it was Vice Lords, Disciples, BDs, GDs, Crips, Bloods. It was more structured. Now they're just all little renegades that just want to kill so they can rap about it and post about it. But I want y'all to check out this video and continue to support, like, and subscribe me. And I'm going to continue to bring these stories that really I think people should be talking about to you. This is Real Talk with Tim McGee. Check me out next episode.
Murder shaking an Indianapolis community. 6 people killed inside a Northeast Side home over the weekend. City leaders expressing their anger at this senseless show of violence.
I want those responsible to know that the full might of local, state, and federal law enforcement are coming for them.
Less than a day after making that promise for justice, IMPD delivered. A 17-year-old family member now behind bars accused of carrying out those killings. Fox 59's Russ McQuaid went back to North Adams Street to get new details about the crime and that teenager's arrest.
Police tell me it was a family argument in the middle of the night that led to mass murder here on Adams Street on the city's northeast side and a pursuit of a suspect across county lines. Police say a juvenile killed 6 family members inside this house just before dawn Sunday, including a pregnant woman and an unborn baby at near full term. Shortly before 4 a.m., police found a wounded teenager in the 3300 block of East 36th Street. When he got to the hospital, according to an IMPD report obtained by Fox 59 News, that teen told police his brother had killed everyone. When police returned to North Adams Street, they found the 5 bodies in the home. The 6th victim was the near full-term baby boy of 19-year-old Kiera Hawkins, who died along with parents Kezzy and Raymond Childs and their children, Elijah and Rita. According to the IMPD report, the survivor, who ran for his life, said his older brother got in trouble for going out Saturday night, and when he returned home Sunday morning, Raymond Childs told his son they would deal with this later. It was sometime later when the child said he heard gunshots upstairs and his sister's voice yelling that they were being shot. The teen said his brother came downstairs where he was with his parents and started shooting.
There's a set of unique facts that our detectives uncovered during their investigation that pointed us fairly quickly in the direction of this young man.
As relatives gathered on Adams Street Sunday morning, IMPD detectives were tracking down the older brother.
We did receive information from the community, from neighbors, from people that were concerned about what happened.
Overnight, the older teen was tracked to an address in Plainfield and arrested.
We have a serious problem in our community with people who do not know how to deal with their conflict except with a gun or a blade. As is typical when a juvenile is charged in a capital case, he will most likely be waived over to Superior Court to face adult charges. On the Northeast Side, Russ McQuaid, Fox 59 News.